From Studio 1A in Tampa, Florida, comes a talk show that really feels your pain and tells you like it is. We love America and all that freedom-loving Americans want to protect. Live from coast to coast and on your radio, it's For the People with Keith Allen.
Mr. and Mrs. America, I am Keith Allen and proudly welcoming you to this Monday's edition of For the People. It's February the 6th, it's 2017, and yes, I did watch the game last night, and yes, I got to tell you, I was going for the Patriots, and I know I'm gloating because some of you have told me that you were going for the underdog for Atlanta, and it didn't work, and Atlanta, in my opinion, for what it's worth, it seemed like before halftime that they thought they had it in the bag for sure. But I did hear at one point of the game in the beginning when they had touchdown after touchdown, and it did look a little glim, but one of the players from Atlanta said, "We got to keep on playing." And I think they stopped playing. Well, anyways, you be the judge of it. I thought it was a remarkable game last night, and the big talk of the town, I mean, all over the United States, really, water cooler talk is that Lady Gaga actually was phenomenal. And maybe you're not a big fan, but a lot of people, I think, will become fans for last night. She kept it classy. She was very patriotic, and she kind of looked like a gymnast. I mean, she was in amazing shape, and apparently she was lured in from the roof. And they have this amazing retractable roof there in Houston, which was absolutely beautiful. And from what I understand is that parts of what she did were videotaped the night before, and then there were drones that were kind of sparkling effect where they had actually lights on them, which was very, very cool. And then there was a flyover from the U.S. military. You know, of course, the Air Force has their fighter jets. And that's amazing, but apparently not everybody could see them, but they did see them actually in the stadium on the big jumbotrons. Were like mountains themselves. But the halftime show blew a lot of people away. And I say to Lady Gaga, you're a patriot for what you did. You actually did go high and made our country proud. It was a good thing. A hell of a rendition where she sang "God Bless America." This land is your land, and then recited the end of the Pledge of Allegiance, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all, which was very, very nice, and how she said it was just absolutely remarkable. So, big deal for Lady Gaga. And it was a good moment there, and I'm really glad that she didn't use her opportunity that so many have done, like the cast of Hamilton, that they have used an opportunity to educate Pence, which to me was just disgraceful and ridiculous. But, you know, it was good for ticket sales. And some of the singers, by the way, were there last night from the cast of Hamilton. And but it's okay. You know, you're always going to get haters, and that's just what they do. Now, one of the lowest points last night, if your team won, you're probably gloating and you're all happy about it. But for both sides, this was really low down. So Tom Brady on top of the world 5 times that he did this, okay? Unbelievable. Won the Super Bowl. Can you imagine how he's feeling? So he goes back to the locker. He's going to shower. He's going to get dressed or whatever he does in the locker room there, freshens up, and then all of a sudden, this happens.
Someone stole my game jersey. Well, we gotta look online. Did you see it? He's like a tank.
His game jersey's gone. I'm not even kidding. The number 12 jersey wasn't where he left it. And after searching his bags without any luck, Brady told owner Robert Kraft that someone stole my game jersey. You better look online. A camera captured a frustrated Brady in the locker room, trying to figure out how in the world something like this would have went down. Because usually, you have a guard or somebody locks it up so nobody steals anything. Nobody gets into the locker room that, some crazed fan or something like that. And then this happens. So I'd be curious to find out what happens. A team official initially told Fox 25 Boston, apparently an equipment manager locked up the jersey. But Brady told reporters this morning that it was gone and he had no idea where it was. He says, I put it in my bag and then I came out and it wasn't there anymore. It's so unfortunate because that's a nice piece of memorabilia, the quarterback said. So did an equipment manager. Did he take it? A teammate? Did he take it? An angry Falcons fan? It's not clear. Well, he walked to the team bus after the game. A USA Today reporter asked the quarterback if he had recovered the valuable jersey. Brady said he hadn't and added, yeah, it's going to be on eBay at some point. During Monday's news conference, he seemed to be at peace with the one particular loss that came with the Super Bowl win. What can you do? I'll take the ring, and that's good enough for me. But, it's a little sore. It's memorabilia that you can put up that I wore that jersey and you could see it. But somebody, you would think that there might have been a video camera somewhere outside the door or something. I'm sure all that stuff's going to be reviewed. And I would hope that if this thing ever ends up on eBay, that there's got to be some rules that whoever sells the item, they can go after and arrest the person. I mean, that would be pretty brassy. I don't think right away that somebody would do it, but you'd be able to chase this stuff down in a heartbeat. But unbelievable. Now, somebody would do that, obviously, for greed, but who they're going to sell it to. And, it could be somebody that just would be happy enough to say, hey, I stole it, I have it. And they may not even want to sell it. It's just the mere fact that they can do it. And there are people that actually like to get away with stuff like that, and just because they can. I've heard of some Hollywood celebrities. You don't even have to be a celebrity that just likes to shoplift, doesn't need it, can afford it perfectly well. It's just the thrill, I guess, the thrill of getting caught or something like that, and that's what they do. And bam. By the way, this is absolutely ridiculous. For whatever reason, you don't have a print function in AOL, so occasionally, for whatever reason, AOL has a good story. And then I have to print everything about it, like 25 pages of stuff that I don't need. Is definitely not environmentally friendly. I guess what I should do is copy it and then paste it into a Word format. And just a little side note, because I'm a stickler for passwords that actually are hard to guess, because too many people are trying to guess your passwords right now, and millions of people are using these dumb, I would say, guessable passwords like 123456 and password. The password. That's their password, just spelled out, to unlock their online data. And then there's two to take to the first and second spots, respectively, on a recently released list of names. And so hopefully we'll be able to break these down here and how this printed. Maybe this will be a little out of order here, but some of them flower. Some people use flower, password, dragon. These are top names that people use that you don't need to use for passwords. Sunshine. Master. You got it? The idea is when you do a password, whether it's Garfield the cat or Siam or something like that, you put a underscore, maybe put like, the year your cat died or the day you got your puppy or something like that to that extent. But don't make it easy. And I think the problem is that people make it easy is because they can't remember the complications. Remember an underscore. If you just put a simple underscore, it's going to make it so much easier to be able to understand. In this day and age, you don't want a guessable password. You don't want something easy, an anniversary date. I had a friend that had a password that was so easy that anybody could pretty much guess, where you can get into, a gate that's supposed to be a real gated community, and they would put like, anniversary date or something like that, really easy to remember, or New Year's Eve, like that date. So you could do New Year's Eve, and then you could do 15, 16, 17, H, and whatever. And then, one of those years, you'd be able to just land, and boom, there you go. All right, let's get into some other news that's besides the jersey, which, again, is kind of a weird thing after the whole thing. By the way, the Super Bowl dip that I made and people ingested was very, very delicious. I should? Okay. All right, here's the Super Bowl dip. Okay, we didn't put it up, so here it is, okay? And you can eat this at any time. I have people actually request during the year that I actually make this besides the Super Bowl, okay? This is going to sound a little disgusting, some of the ingredients, but it actually tastes very, very good, all right? Maybe you have something to write down, all right? You can have this. Now, you want to buy the Scoopables, okay, for this dip. So here it is. You have ground beef, package of that, and a package of ground turkey, kind of like a 50-50 mix, okay? Kind of break it up so it's somewhat healthy. And then you want to get some refried beans. I like the Amy's brand because it's organic. So how many cans for that ratio? You want to be 3 or 4 cans of that. Yeah, 3 or 4 cans. Then we put some kidney beans and some negros. Kidneys and negros. So you want 2 or 3 cans and of the black beans, and then 1 of the kidney beans, and then you want some fresh jalapenos. So you want 2 or 3 of the green ones, 2 or 3 of the red ones, and you want to obviously get all the seeds out of them, dice them up very, very nice, along with maybe a quarter of an onion, and you cook all that together. Oh, yeah, it's absolutely delicious. But first you do the ground beef, obviously, and then all the other beans and refried beans. And then there's the variety of cheeses. I use Cracker Barrel cheese, but I use as many varieties as I possibly can put my hands on, and usually they have about 6 to 8 varieties, the big blocks, and so I cut them up so it melts easily. And so you dump the ground beef in the turkey after that's done with the onions and the jalapenos and all that. Boom. Into a big pot, and you turn it on kind of medium-high heat, and you want to continue stirring it because you don't want the cheese to burn. You don't want a burnt flavor. So within 20, 25 minutes, you have your Super Bowl dip, and then you serve it hot, and it is absolutely, positively delicious. And the cheese and all of that stuff, and believe me, it will it will clean you out. It is amazing stuff. It is really, really good. Senator Graham, by the way, is going to be fighting to confirm the Supreme Court judge, and the liberals have been awful, but here's what he says about that today.
I don't think I'm going to have to do that, but I will do whatever's necessary to make sure this president
is
able to choose a qualified nominee, and Neil Gorsuch is beyond qualified. I voted for Sotomayor and Kagan, not because I would have chosen them, because I thought they were qualified. The Gang of 14 agreement said you should reserve filibusters unless there's an extraordinary circumstance.
Right.
There's nothing extraordinary about this other than its qualifications. Now, I think it'd be done politically. There's at least 10 Democrats in Trump states that would look like not only did you lose the election, you lost your mind. How can anybody say that this man is not qualified as much as Sotomayor and Kagan? Now, Schumer's got to tell the left to knock it off. Mitch McConnell kind of tamped the right down. When we shut down the government to repeal Obamacare when Obama was still president, that was kind of crazy. What they're doing is crazy, and